Hi guys, Finch here down the Quest Golf Academy, and this is the next video in the GolfAlong series, and we're going to be talking about pre-shot routine and swing triggers. Now this is all about getting you mentally in the right place to hit the best shot possible. Now in the video so far we've covered all about the fundamental basics of setup, and this is going to be covering the basics of that routine before you hit the shot. And it is amazing how few golfers actually have a pre-shot routine which is beneficial to their game. Now you will often see golfers have some sort of routine, but a lot of the things that they're doing before they hit the shot can be quite destructive. So what do you need to make sure that you get the most out of the time before you hit a shot? Now as you start to build your pre-shot routine, you need to be making sure that a couple of things are present. First of all, the question is, what are you trying to do? It's amazing how many golfers get up to the side of the ball without a clue if they've got the right club, what type of shot they're trying to hit, the dangers that are about on the hole. There's a whole facet of information that you need to get clear in your mind, and you also need to try and do it in as quick a time as possible. Now this is something Faldo used to do, and I would advocate it to a point. He used to time his pre-shot routine, so he got it down to such a fine margin that he was within a couple of splits of a consistent routine every single time. But how you construct your pre-shot routine is going to be up to you. I'm going to give you here the very basics of what you want to be doing. So let's say I've hit a shot down onto the fairway, fingers crossed, and I've got about 160 yards in. Now the first thing I'm going to be asking myself are, what are the conditions? So what is the lie of my ball like? Is it a good lie? Is it a bad lie? Because that will obviously affect my club selection. So it's a decent lie. Mat has been freshly mown. So it's a good lie. I know that won't be affecting the overall distance of the shot, and if I strike it well, there shouldn't be anything interfering. So then it goes, well, the atmospheric conditions are quite still. So that's not going to affect any distance, so I can hit whatever club that I want to. Next, it is club selection. So am I going to be hitting a 7-iron from this distance, for example? Yes, I am. What is the shot shape that I want to hit? Because where is the pin? What are the dangers around the green? What do I need to make sure that I don't do? And once those are clear in my mind, then I'm focused on my shot projection or my shot simulation within my own mind. And when it comes down to shot visualization, everyone is different. If you stand behind a ball visualizing your shot and you can't see a picture perfect image in your mind of what it's going to be like, don't worry, everyone is different. A lot of people, and some pros that I know, can't actually visualize the shot. Their mind just doesn't work in that way. But what they do is they select a point in front of the ball and they just imagine it starting off on that point and then the shot taking care of itself. Other people imagine a shot tracer going through the air. Other people imagine a ghost of themselves hitting the ball and then seeing it fly through the air. It doesn't matter. But what matters is, before you stand at the side of the ball, you fully understand what you are trying to do. Now the most effective method for me is the shot tracer method, probably because of all the filming that we do and all the editing that I do. I can actually see what the ball is doing by using a shot tracer visualization in my mind. So after I've gone through all those points, I stand behind the golf ball, I look down my target line to where I want the ball to go. I pick out a point in front of the ball if I'm just going for a nice straight shot. If I'm going to go for a fade or a draw, then my alignment obviously will be affected. But I'm picking out a point just in front of the ball, so I know where I'm going to get the club lined up to. I'm going to take a look at the target, just making sure my breathing is nice and even, just making sure my body's relaxed. And I'm going to try and see that shot tracer of where I want the ball to go and what I want it to do. The reason visualization is so important, it is basically your brain telling your body what you want it to do. So I'm seeing that shot, I'm seeing that shot tracer. Then what I'm going to do is, once I'm comfortable with that, I'm going to move into the side of the ball. I'm going to get myself set to hit. I'm going to take one last look at the target. I'm going to make sure that I'm still feeling confident and positive. I've gone through everything I can do. And then I'm going to pull the trigger. Now, the last thing that you want to be considering is how do you trigger your golf swing? Because what a lot of people find is even if they've got a pre-shot routine, when they're at the side of the ball, they actually find it hard to take the club away. Now, you see a lot of pros. So if you think about someone like Duffner, with how he waggles to the side of the ball, what he's doing there is he's making these movements. He's making sure his arms and his body are free to hit the shot. But it's not a waggle that you necessarily need. So if you have a look at someone like Stenson has a very defined swing trigger and it looks very strange. So when he's at the side of the ball, he's getting ready to hit and you almost see him freeze. So you almost see his body come to a perfect sculpture-like position where he doesn't move at all. That is his swing trigger. And every player has one. And again, there's no right or wrong what your swing trigger is going to be. Generally, the most effective is a little bit of a waggle or a forward press. As I'm getting set up to the side of the ball, lift my club just very slightly off the ground and hover it just by the ball. That is my swing trigger and that's what works for me. But again, it's up to you to find your own. Generally, what I would suggest is as you're getting set up to the ball, have a couple of waggles just to make sure that your hands are nice and loose. And then at the side of the ball, add in a little forward press. So your hands just pressing ahead of the ball slightly. And as the hands are pressed forward, then begin your takeaway. Right guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of this GolfAlong series. We've covered a lot of ground within this first week and the next video is how we can round it up and put it into one practice session. But remember, with all of these videos you need to be doing half an hour to an hour practice every day. So on that final round up video, you can really condense it all together and have a good long hard practice session.